The monster.
All right, so we should be live on the page.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
It should be coming up shortly.
Okay.
It's on there. It's on there.
Okay.
You see it?
Yeah, I see. That's cool. That's cool shit right there,
It's the
man.
FHO Live Podcast, where the truth will be told. We promise you that.
Hey, Chef, a good dude, man.
It's your boy, Big Self, FHO's HNIC, Mr. Him Be Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the FHO Live Podcast, where the truth will be told. We promise you that.
Say, man, it is what it is. It's your boy, Big Self, FHO, HNIC, man. Listen, man. I'm going to tell y'all right now before we get started. Fuck y'all. I'm going to spend some money. I hope y'all like the new program, man. Listen, I promise you one thing that I want to be is I want to be effective and I want to be the best and I want to make sure that you guys have every possible opportunity to get this information, man. So we're trying out a new program. I hope you guys like it. You see my man, Two Guns right there side by side. Also today, guess what we'll be able to do today? You'll be able to call in and ask some questions today. We'll be able to call in and do questions. And when you call in, you have to turn your background down so that it doesn't affect everything else, man. But we on today. Thank everybody for their comments. Listen, man, I need you more now than ever to make sure that you hit that donation button, man. That Cash App, $sign FHO. FHO HNIC is the Cash App, or via PayPal, which is Fast Harleys Only at gmail.com. And this has been cool, man. I've been waiting for this day to come. It's here now, and I'm really happy and satisfied. Hopefully this thing, hangs in there and do what it's supposed to do. I hope that it sounds. How does it sound, Guns? Everything sounds straight. The music
Yeah,
sounds
man.
straight.
Yeah, everything's good on this end.
Okay, well there it is. There. What up, Miss Arnita Sheffield? What's going on, little sugar? We see you up there. We see you. So again, man, I just love you guys. I need to tell y'all that right now. Tonight's topic is gonna be interesting for me. Even when Guns picked it. What up, Big Luke? Even when Guns picked this topic, I already told him this is gonna be an all out banger right here because I got some things to say.
Yeah.
I got some things to say, man. But as always, man, we're gonna bring you the knowledge. MC 101, Tradition and Protocol, hosted by my man Two Guns, co-hosted by me. And listen, man, this is some grown folk shit. This ain't for you to be in your feelings about. This ain't for you to take nothing personal. Want to come kill Big Sale or look for me because you know what I'm saying. I ain't hard to find. Understand
I'm
that.
already getting phone calls.
So yeah, they'll be able to call in on the number. I'll put the number on the screen when we start doing call-in, so that way you'll see the number. It'll scroll across the bottom of the screen, man. So I hope you guys enjoy this, man. I don't know. Anyway, we just gonna get into it, man. Get this thing started. Guns, what's been happening for you all week, man?
Oh man, nothing. Just been trying to get some repairs done to the house. So I've been kind of lounging. Got out today, just put a couple miles in because I had opportunity, man. So that was, man.
So you finna sit here and tell her you finna start this whole broadcast off with a lie about you riding your motorcycle today. Is that what you finna do?
Yeah, I don't ride it. Actually, I got a trailer and I pulled it up on the trailer and drove around the block.
Hey man, it is what it is. So other than that, everything been straight, huh?
Oh yeah, it's been good.
Okay. Well, brother, again, as always, I love you. As we get ready to start this topic, man. I want to thank all of my new vendors that I got coming on board. I got the Fry King. Shout out to the Fry King. I also got my new venture that I got, which is ISOT. If you know anything about ISOT, man, it is a cool detox. It's a detox weight loss and energy. It works for me. Y'all see what I'm wearing? I'm down to a 3X, and I got, look at it. I'm pulling on it, baby. Yeah, play the games if you want to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have this old karate body on your ass in a minute.
I need to start trying to look at some of that because boy, I went to the damn place that had to do that damn physical, man. And when she said them numbers, I was like, man, get out of here, man. My feelings.
Hey, what up, True Chords? Hey, listen, but check it out. If you want to go on my website, it's on my website. You can go to fastriders.com. Go to the store, hit the drop down ISOT, and then hit the once you get there, it'll be a blank. It'll be a page that says whatever. Hit that, and you'll see. I recommend the shake, the raspberry shake. Buy that kit along with the NRGs, brother. Let me tell you something. And I feel good. And I've been doing this secretly. I kind of put it out there a little bit, and I backed away from it. I didn't reach my weight goal, but trust me, I have slimmed down, and I feel good. And I'm getting ready to get into riding season. So definitely that's really what I want to see. How will it affect me for my riding season? When I have the energy, more energy, I won't have to be doing a whole lot of energy shots and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. So
we got some folks in Raleigh, man. Y'all ain't even reached out, man. Look, I'm in Raleigh and they ain't even reaching out, man.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna start hawking.
What up, hard dog? What's happening, man? So anyway, we on tonight, man. So I want to thank everybody. If you're watching on MC 101, you know what I'm saying? What's happening? Anybody on MC 101? Yeah, let me see. No, and we don't got no comments on MC 101, man. So everybody was talking about where it's gonna be at. Now I got you on MC 101. Where you at?
Yeah, actually, I told most of the people I think came through is going to the site, man, originally. So I don't know how that's gonna come up or if they pulled it through that, but we'll see what's up.
Yeah,
man.
it's we're actually doing live on the site too, so it's on there right now. Like I said, man, I done spent a few dollars, man. I appreciate Ted Harris. I appreciate that donation. Thank you, sir. Trust me, it is greatly appreciated. You don't have no clue. 7 Carat, I see you, mom. What's going on? All right, so let's get this thing cracking. So hold on. Let me get this thing, man, because I need this question out there. It's the question for today. Why should you go to the dominant? Let's go, Gun.
Well, the first thing I want to start off with is the disclaimer. This is when I talk about stuff like this. This is my perspective. The stuff that I've seen over the years I addressed. And I look at it in terms of people need to understand that you're going to do things different in different areas, different places. So what I say or some of the stuff I might say may not be relevant in your area because it just wasn't relevant in your area. But the stuff I look at and the stuff I addressed, and even talking with dominants and talking with a lot of people over the years, they just kind of hit me up with some game that a lot of people might not hear when they go and sit down, and that's the separation. I got a chance to sit down on both sides and be able to listen and hear about the reasoning and the why it's important for us to establish not necessarily a hierarchy, and I don't want to say it like that, but really to establish a governing body so that we things run smoothly. And I'll address that later on, the understanding of why that is.
All right, let me start this. Let me start it off. Let me give you where I'm at with this.
I got a beer for this one.
Yeah, let me give you where I'm at with this. And again, before I even speak on this, I don't want any of my dominants, any of my 1% partners, or the people that fuck with me, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. But I believe that the whole thing about the blessing, okay, has been totally taken out of proportion. And I'm gonna say the reason why is because with so much stuff going on now, people don't have the time. My OGs and everybody else. First off, a lot of you niggas is hard-headed, so they don't even want to deal with you. That's number one. But number two, a lot of the dominants don't have the time to vet you and your people because you guys are not doing a proper vetting service, and then you're involving them with police officers and snitches and informants and all the type of shit. So when it comes to the old school traditional getting a blessing, it wasn't a permission thing, a yes or no, you can or you can't. It was originally designed to say, hey, if you're going to come out here, if you're going to function in this community, this is how you do it. This is how you get the respect. This is how you show the respect. And this is what it's all about. This is how you come on the set. You want to make sure your colors don't match nobody else's colors. You want to make sure you're not stepping on nobody's toes. And you want to have something that your motorcycle club stands on. And I think a lot of that has been lost starting from the beginning. So if you can't even master that, if you can't, as an MC, starting off or whatever, if you don't have the understanding that, hey, you need to grow up in this thing. A lot of you MCs just come into it. You don't grow into it. And that's a problem. You feel what I'm saying? You all of a sudden buy a motorcycle. Your homeboy got a motorcycle. You buy a motorcycle. That's two motorcycles. You convince your other homeboy to go into debt and buy a motorcycle. And then you get your other partner that can barely afford a motorcycle. And boom, we want to do a club. And then you go into it. Instead of taking the time to build into the MC community, you just come in. Now, the problem with that is that you don't know anybody. You haven't even talked to nobody. You haven't even respected nobody to know how to or how not to. And you don't even give a damn about it. So now the OGs are at a point now, well, listen, bro, I don't have time to be battling and to be going back and forth with you with the silly shit, because 9 times out of 10, when you step to the OG, when you step to the OMC, when you step to the 1%er, you already got your mind made up on how you're going to motorcycle anyway. So why would I waste my time on trying to teach you something when you don't want to be taught? That's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it, Guns, is that the tradition within the OMCs has been knocked down and watered down. Some of the OGs that were in place as presidents and VPs, let me see how to say this. Those ways are gone. And now you got the new 1% president, 23 years old, 30 years old. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100 now. Again, I don't want nobody to be upset with me because I'm gonna keep it 100. So now you got presidents of 1% clubs, dominant clubs, 30 years old, been on the scene 5 or 6 years. He might have been with this club 4 years. He might have been with a 99% club 4 years, didn't make it there, and now he done graduated to the 1% side. And because he's a little bit more active, boom, they appoint him the president. And he don't have never had. He never was a motorcycle cat in his 99% club. He never was a rider. He never rode his motorcycle, never did that. And he barely, like I said, he wasn't even good enough in the 99% world, but now he's in the 1% world. And now they give him the throne. And his whole thing is revenge. His whole thing is to get back. He left mad at the set because, he got kicked out of his club or whatever. So now he's on the throne, and the attitude that shifted within the club. To all my OMCs, man, and to all my 1%ers, listen, hands down, I love you for your history. I love you for what you went through, for making the decision to say, hey, we're going to stand on our own rock. Fuck y'all rock. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to do this shit how the fuck we want to do it. And we don't care. And we out of y'all way. That was the other part. They were out of the way. Man, do you know you had to go into the trenches to see a 1% club, to function with a 1% club. You understand what I'm saying? Now, yeah, I mean, shit, you go to the bike night and boop, whoop, there it is.
Yeah. Well, I say it like this, man. Look, the podcast is over. All you got to do is listen to what he just said. That's exactly what the truth is. I mean, you just broke it down. You broke down specifically the biggest issues and the biggest problems that's happening right now on the set. And just to give you a historical aspect of it, and so people understand how it kind of plays itself out. And I'll tell you a story. So about 2010, there was an incident on I-4 right outside of Orlando where a guy was on one, and he basically lifted, and he's on one riding through traffic. And as he's riding through traffic, somebody threw some brakes on. He hit a lady. She went into the road and then basically killed her and her 2 children. So now when that happened, the Florida Highway Patrol, I'm not going to throw them out there, whatever it is, but somebody stepped to him and said, stepped to the 1% dominant and said, y'all clean that shit up, or we coming in and we cleaning everybody's house up.
So that was a real true statement, because I've heard that statement for years.
That's the story. I mean, that's it. So, that's just a story of what happened. And that is an element that a lot of people don't understand. There's so many politics that are associated behind the scenes that are missed because you're not at that level. You're not understanding what's going on. I don't like to use biker boys. I don't. But in essence, when you look at California itself, a lot of what they addressed in terms of a council and things like that was legitimately happening. I mean, that was legitimately happening where, like in the 70s and 80s, what you're talking about, the 1%ers didn't fuck with nobody, man. That's all they fucked with was their own people. They didn't deal with anybody else. The same thing with, in the 80s and the 90s, that transgression. Now, what changed everything was the progression of motorcycles into the communities. And now all of a sudden you had small communities with large amounts of bikes in them. You had small towns with 7 or 8 different clubs in them that historically only had 1 club in them. So now you've got this person stepping on that person, this person putting feet on this person. All the shit that was going on was something that they looked at and said, we've got to clean this up. By 2004, when Biker Boys came out, I'm going to tell you, I watched it because I was on the streets of Jacksonville, Florida in 2002, in 2001, 2002. There was a handful of riders, but there was no really established specific clubs. Like the clubs were the clubs that had been there for a long time. By the time I went on deployment, when I got back in 2003, you started to see a fickle. By 2004, when Biker Boys came out, it was ridiculous. I mean, everybody and their fucking mama was out there trying to start a club. By 2006, that's when I saw females coming into effect, where you saw a lot of female clubs coming in. And so these timeframes was the things that I saw. And then in Jacksonville, it had gotten out of control. Like major cities everywhere else in the United States, all of a sudden this explosion of these clubs coming out, and people had no direction. They had no knowledge. They had no information. They just saw Biker Boys or they saw some other show and thought, hey, that's cool, I'm gonna do this, and they went out and they started forming these clubs. A lot of these people were still in patches. A lot of these people were emulating patches. A lot of these people were same colors. They were wearing the same colors at the dominant clubs. And so those situations and those things started a process where the dominant started to reach in and say, hey, we got to pull this back. And I want people to understand on the dirty side of it, and I'm going to say this just straight up. How it works in this thing is the dominant is going to control his area so that he doesn't have to deal with the BS and the politics from law enforcement. In all honesty, and that's really where it comes down to. Because if that area is not governed or that area has things that are out of control, when they're looking at him and they're saying, well, you're supposed to be the dominant. Trust me, these motherfuckers know who the dominant clubs are. They interact with us. They talk to us.
Yeah, I mean, but it's their job. I mean, that's their job.
That's their job to do that, to try to control those areas. And so that's what the dominance initially came out and said. Now, I understand this. We're talking 2000 eras up into 2011, 12s, 13s. 14s is when I started to see the transition. And the transition is exactly what you're saying, where all of a sudden, a lot of 99s were making that transition from 99 to OMCs overnight. So that's not how traditionally it was. As a 99, you were vetted by the club because you showed promise. Not every 99 became a 1%er because you couldn't just be a fucking 1%er just like that. You were vetted, and then you were vetted, you were brought in, and when you started prospecting, man, you're talking a minimum of a year, 2 years. Some clubs it's 3 years. You're not going to find that. Only maybe 2 or 3 clubs right now are vetted over a year to 2 years, 3 years, where you're prospecting or probing or whatever it is. So think about this. If you got a probie for 3 years, I want everybody out there in this to hear this. If you got a probie for 3 years, how many of you motherfuckers is actually going probie for 3 years?
Well, I say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this. If you made everybody in your club re-prospect for 6 months, would they stay?
I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna get on that, Derek, real quick. Just let me finish this up. The main aspect of it that comes down to it, and what you addressed earlier, is the fact that now the 1% clubs are pushing to get these guys through the ranks, and all of a sudden you're seeing guys that with 99s, and I posted one today, man. They went and bought a $30,000 bike. Motherfucker went and picked up a gun. Now you're fucking gangster in the clubhouse. But you was a bitch your whole life, but now all of a sudden you a gangster in the clubhouse. And those are the problems and the issues that you're having, because you got guys that they're not built for this. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's motherfuckers that's built for the outlaw 1% life, and then there's people that just aren't built for it, because there's shit that goes on in our world that you guys don't understand, and there's things that happen within our world that understand. And it's not like it happens every day. It ain't like it happens every 5 minutes. It's like once every fucking blue moon. But when the shit does go down, the shit goes down. But you have to be that person that can be one way, and then the next way, you got to be able to turn those lights on. And that's the separation. When they're vetting you, they're looking at, is this dude really going to be able to, if I got to call him at 3 a.m, is he going to get out his fucking bed and come and help me? Or is there going to be every fucking excuse in the world? And so that's really what it is, man. So, I mean, we can hit up some of these questions, man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get to that. And let me say this, man, because understand this. Before y'all go and twist the story, and Sale just said, man, the dominant shouldn't be doing this, and the 1%. Before y'all go and twist the story, all I'm saying is this, man, is that the game has gotten so fucked up and so watered down that the tradition has been completely buried, not thrown out the window, but buried. And because of the emergence, like he said, of social media and the movies, Biker Boy, and so forth and so on, you guys have taken this thing and twisted it to the point to whereas I don't even want to be bothered with you. You understand what I'm saying? Let alone try to get to know who you is and let me see your color. Because understand this. Well, I'm gonna say that. Let me see. 80% of you that are rocking MC are only doing it because it's a fad.
Oh man, 80%.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice.
That shit is high. Like I wouldn't go use the 1%, but that shit is like 98.9%. I mean,
I was trying to be nice. I'm just, for me, I'm trying to be nice, man.
Somebody came to me, man, like my former nation, man, the lead man came to me, man. One day we was in Florida. He looked at me. He said, "Let me ask you this question. I want to know from your heart. If they take our patch from us, are you still here?" And I laugh, because he was running around asking everybody that question, just messing with people, whatever it is. And I told him, I said, patch or no patch, this is where I'm at. This is how it is. But if you look at it, and if it wasn't as popular as it is, and I've said this 1,000 times on other sites, is the second that this shit isn't popular no more, you're going to see so many motherfuckers laying their shit down, and they're going to be independent writers. Because, look, man, answer kind of what Derek Brown's going into, or what question he asked. A dominant,
I just brought it back up.
Yeah, I mean, a dominant in itself, man, he's not there to tell you, tell you what to do. He's not there to tell you this or tell you that. What it addresses is, if you're going to be on this set, these are the guidelines that we want to follow because we want to keep motherfuckers off our ass. So these are the guidelines. Look, man, you got to do this. We want to do this. We want to do that. If you don't want to be a part of that, that's fine. I mean, look, I was an independent writer for 20 plus years. But, you know, if you're looking at it, you want to wear the MC, you want to be a part of Motorcycle Club on that set, then respect the rules. I mean, it's like if there's no rules, then people just do what the fuck they want to do. So in the same sense, too, is all of a sudden, you know, you got motherfuckers in parties or clubs capping off at each other. You got parties, you know, all of a sudden somebody shows up with somebody's patch. Next thing you know, there's an all-out fight. Next thing you know, we got the Wacos. Next thing you know, we have all these wars. That's the reason why rules and regulations are there. And the funny thing about people that don't like rules and regulations, when the shit hits the fan and everything gets all fucked up, guess where they go? They go right back to the fucking rules and regulations, and the shit is fucking easy. But
I say this all the time. I say this all the time. People use the bylaws against you. The bylaws don't apply to me. They just apply to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you fucking up, this is what I want to use is the bylaws. But when I'm fucking up, the bylaws don't apply. Let me say this, Guns, and what I want to say is this, and I want everybody to hear me tonight. You don't wake up and be born into high school. Okay. There's levels to everything that you do in life, from the beginning all the way to the end. Being in the 1% world is graduating from college. Joining a 99% club from the vetting process, elementary, to, you know, you just hanging around, elementary, you prospecting, that's, you know, that's junior high, if you want to say that. And then you becoming a patch member, it's high school. Now, from high school, either you can graduate and never go to college, or you can decide to go to college and seek the knowledge and seek everything, you know, find out all of the information that you want to know. And after college, either you can, you know, stay there or graduate to the 1% world. And that's just a breakdown on I'm just trying to break it down so where it makes sense. The biggest problem, the biggest problem, Guns, that we got is that, again, even me right now, and I'm going to just say this, I consider myself to have a 1% mentality because a 1%er is strictly grown man shit. You walk, talk, act, conduct, reason, think, rational, everything grown man status, period. You understand that by being that, I'm going to be separated. I'm going to be alienated. I'm not going to be like everybody else. So I'm going to be on my own little rock, my own little island, and I'm fine with that. I got that. I take that. But I said that to say this. I've ran across people, and I know people that I don't want to deal with in this MC. And I'm talking about 99%ers. I ain't even talking about my OMCs. I'm just saying 99%ers. Like, dude, you are a fucking headache and a fucking nuisance, and I don't understand how your club puts up with you. I don't understand how, but it's your club. And you do what you do. But I'm just saying this to say this, ladies and gentlemen. The blessing was not to tell you what to do, but to give you a guideline on how to be effective in what you're doing. You understand me? Any one of y'all at any given time can say, fuck all the rules. I'm coming onto the motorcycle set. I'm creating my patch and I'm riding my motorcycle, and I dare a motherfucker to say something. You can say that, and you can do that.
All you want to.
All you want, that is trust and believe that. You ain't got to call the law. You ain't got to, because that's what you're going to do. When they trying to surround me, because you done came on Billy Badass, but now that it's time to stand on it, now you don't want to stand on it. You understand what I'm saying? But all I'm going to say is this, man.
That's what happens.
Let me say this, and I'm going to give it back to you real quick. To all my OMCs and to all my 1%ers, I understand you're tired. And these motherfuckers make me tired. You understand me? I understand you're tired. And I understand passing the torch is not an easy thing because there is nobody there to grab the torch. But I need y'all to come out of retirement, man. Just one time for your boy. Come out of retirement and give us a shot. Give some of us a shot at grabbing the torch, man, and making you proud of who we are and where we come from, and making you guys proud to be a part of this motorcycle shit. Because like all my partners, Hero Benson, and all of my Chosen Few, from Chosen Few, the Soul Brothers, the Sin City, the Outcasts, to Wheels of Soul, to Hell's Lovers, to Thunder Guards. I don't want to Wheels of Soul. I said that to all of y'all. I got partners in every fashion of this game, man. From 1%ers, from the Mongols to the Pagans to the Hell's Lovers to the Hell's Angels. I got partners in all fashions of this game, and they fuck with me not because of the motorcycle shit, but they fuck with me because I've stayed solid and I've stayed true to my word, and they know my passion for this motorcycle shit. If you're gonna get into this shit, state your name and state your case. Go ahead.
There's a question that's up here, and it was like in terms of the rules and stuff like that, and to understand, you're going to have a separation of rules and regulations depending on your area. Again, I've said this a lot of times, man. What you do in North Carolina, you ain't gonna do in South Carolina. What you do in California, you're not gonna do in California in other areas. So rules and regulations are established based on the things like Memphis has basic rules, Oklahoma has basic rules, California has their basic rules, and other places don't have rules at all. But the whole aspect of it is, and what like a lot of people, and this is the biggest argument that people have, well, where's it written down at? But it's the same thing, man. You're never gonna find rules and regulations that's written down. You just have to go to your dominant, and that's where here's the problem, and this is what's going on. Is the blessings have actually stopped in terms of what people are doing. Like there's clubs that are just popping up on the scene and there's actually no blessings. So when you go to the dominants and you actually have a conversation with them, the way that it used to be, they would address, these are the way that we do business. I want to go back to Biker Boys when he came on the scene and he came in, presented his colors, he did this, and they questioned him and said, we don't do this, we don't do that, we don't do these things on this set. Those are rules and regulations that keep peace amongst the different bikers. One of the aspects that they address in terms of, keeping peace is that you don't copy some of these colors. That's the reason why you have police clubs that turn around and all of a sudden they rocking white and black and they emulating all these different 1% clubs, and that's the biggest issue. And I mean, a simple question on that one just popped up, man, is everybody in your club should be teaching the prospect. So somebody, man, made a comment of what it is, and I had something. Oh yeah, I'm doing the job as a prospect manager. I was like, what the fuck is a prospect manager, man? I'm like, this is the shit that. And see, and when people say stuff like that, and people do stuff like that, this is the reason why. What Big Sal is trying to tell you is 1% is really just tired of the bullshit, man. Tired of. I ain't gonna lie. This whole thing has turned into a big ass fucking bunch of fucking babies, and so. You have to deal with dumbass motherfuckers that want to be on the set. They want to come on the set. They're trying to get their respect. They're trying to get respect, and they're not earning respect. And that's the biggest issue that's going out there. As a 99, the best way to get respect from a dominant is to be a part of events, go to events, support, just be a part of that whole process, man. And they're going to see you. But you don't have to go there, come in sideways, coming in, acting a fool, acting stupid, doing things like that. Those are the things that the dominants look at you and they just like, man, get the fuck out of here with that, man. And that's the reason why a lot of dominants have stepped back, because why am I going to go ahead and step to a club that's going to turn around and go talk to the police about it and get my guys locked up? That's just stupid for a club that may be gone next week. So now all of a sudden you have to pick and choose. And so all of a sudden you're looking at it, you're saying, oh, I'm going to fucking lose. I've got guys with 7+ 10 years fucking in jail for some bullshit ass fucking club that all of a sudden they disbanded a week later. Nah, man, that's not how it is. And so it's going to take everybody working together to be able to, get this thing. But 99s, man, you guys gotta help a motherfucker out, man. You just can't, you can't be just out there doing your own fucking things and doing stuff like that. And if there are rules and regulations in your areas and they've addressed those type of rules and regulations in your areas, then respect those rules and regulations. It ain't about me trying to tell you what the fuck to do, or I'm trying to tell you to do this, or I'm trying to tell you to do that. What I'm trying to tell you is I've been on this fucking set, some of them 1969. My nation, 67, 66. Other nations been on there from the 40s and the 30s. We've been on the fucking set that long because we know how to fucking run the set. The set is run specifically that way because we've learned from the dumbass shit that we did. Now here your funkin' ass want to come up on the fucking set And now all of a sudden you want to come and do some sideways shit that we've already done. Know that it's fucked up. Know that it is not going to go over well, and know that it's going to create chaos within the community. So we try and explain to you like, yo, we don't do it that way, man. This is how we want to try to do it. This is how we want to try to do things. And that's where the separation is coming. And that's the reason why dominance, because we try to tell you something, you don't want to listen, man. We're not fucking with you no more, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But that's just with anything. Even with my kids, my shit. Listen, player. This is what it is. Oh, woman, hey, enjoy yourself. It's just that simple. Enjoy yourself. Man, it's time to pay some bills real quick, and then we'll be right back. Also, don't forget, we're going to take call-ins. Hey, man, I love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Let's get it.
Kings of the South MC presents their third annual Houston Shutdown and Walk as they crown the city March 25th through the 29th. Come out and celebrate with them Kings. Starting Thursday night with the block parties. Friday, lunch at the Turkey Leg Hut. Friday night, meet and greet. Saturday, bike show and sound off competition. And Saturday night, the Royal Bash. Contact King Dub at 832-658-0522 or King Yo at 713-679-1894. And any other Houston King for hotel and more info. Kings of the South MC, Houston. Don't miss it. Eco One, the superior eco-friendly motorcycle and auto detailing spray. Eco One super wetting and low foaming polymer technology cleans by flowing underneath the dirt particles and lift them away from the surface. All you need to do is spray, wipe, and watch the amazing shine appear. All of this is done with very little time and effort, but the results look like you spent all day waxing your vehicle. Eco One. Don't ride dirty. It's the Queens of the South Motorcycle Club, and they want you to know it's 2020, and they are taking over Central Florida the weekend of April 17th through the 19th. Sheriff City President from Charlotte and Fayetteville, North Carolina, to Houston and Dallas, Texas, along with Birmingham and Huntsville, Alabama, and last but never least, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, we bound coast to coast and have no boundaries as the riding never stops. Come out and celebrate starting Friday night, meet and greet, and Saturday, grill and chill block party from 4 p.m. until with your favorite queen. For hotels and more info, contact Queen Info at 407-314-9360. Queen Takeoff at 619-886-9711. Or Queen Double Scoop at 404-637-9900.
What's up, Big Sale? This is your boy Pastor Nate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
Dallas, Texas, and all surrounding cities, introducing to you the Fry King. Located at 1013 West Pleasant Run, Lancaster, Texas, 75146. Specializing in specialty fries and loaded potatoes. Fry King. Open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday to Thursday. And for all you late night snackers, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Mention FHO Podcast Radio and get 10% off your entire meal. Fry King. Fry King. Contact info 323-FRY KING. That's 323-379-5464. Check out their website where you can see the full menu at FryKingTX.com. Also on Facebook as the Fry King. Also available for private catering and all your special event needs. The Fry King. Dallas, Texas.
Yo, this is Visions by Cinnamon Smiles. If I'm not advertising, networking, or promoting for you, I'm tuned in to FHO Radio with Big Sale, shouty.
Montana Cigar Company sells premium cigars and accessories. Located in Union City, Georgia at 4641 Flat Shoals Road, Suite C, Union City, Georgia 30291. Montana Cigar Company offers a smooth, laid-back, serene, mature adult environment for cigar aficionados. Discounts for all the first responders, military, teachers, and nurses. Come enjoy your favorite games and boxing matches on our big screen TVs. We also have a poker table where you can come and try your luck.
Yo, this hot boy from the Red Breed Mother Chapter out of Compton, California. Tuned in to FHO all the way from 310 to the 404. Y'all know how this shit go.
Select Luxury Cars, proud sponsor of the FHO Podcast Live Show, the most diverse luxury vehicle selection in the greater Atlanta area, the highest quality customer service, and unmatched nationwide pricing. Contact Mike Goodall at 678-855-2292 to schedule your appointment today. Select Luxury Cars, trusted family dealer since 1994.
What are you to my Uncle Big Sale in the FHO Radio?
Say, man, we back, man. I know I got to pay the bills, man. Shit, you see all this shit, y'all, all this new shit going on, man. This shit cold.
Hey, the shit is blowing up, man. It's nice, man. I like this. This is crazy format.
Thank you. Hey, so the call-in number is on the screen, man. If you're just now tuning in, we're talking about why should you go to the dominant. And a lot of things have been said. You done missed the great. If you're just now tuning in, you missed a hell of a show. But all I want to say is this. Everybody, hear what I'm telling you. The shit has gotten to the point to where that it is super duper crazy. One thing you cannot do is come onto the bike set, not knowing anything, not knowing anybody, and have your own way of how you're going to do shit. Now, again, I know, but I'm a grown-ass man, I hear you, grown-ass man, but you're joining a community that's already established. So the rules have already been laid down when you come into this community. Respect the rules. And to all my 1%ers, all my dominants, all my OMCs, excuse me, I know you're tired. Shit, because I'm tired.
I don't understand. I mean, like, if you go to a job and you get hired on a job, and all of a sudden you get there and there's rules. I mean, there's rules, man. You got to follow the rules. The analogy and the understanding of why people don't get that, it kind of sometimes it gets away from me because I don't understand why you don't understand that there's going to be rules and regulations specific to that. But somebody did have something to ask me in terms of, how do I deal with people if I got a knucklehead or hardhead, and most of the time, man, what I try to do is just reach out and establish with them, like, look, man, this is the reasoning behind that. And I'm gonna tell you this is one of the biggest things I think, Sel, man, you done hit it on the head, is the transition has kind of got to the point where 1%ers ain't really fucking with people no more like that. And so the problem that comes down to it is it's either going to be one way or the other way. Either it's going to be a foot in your ass or it's going to be, let's have a conversation. In a lot of cases, they've tried to establish that, and they've tried to really kind of get to the point where, look, man, let's talk about this. Let's do this. Let's parlay. Let's do these things. And then all of a sudden it got to the point where people start being disrespectful. So then it gets to the point where it's like your mama or anybody, your grandma. Shit, you go talk shit to your grandma knock your ass out. So, it gets to the point where when you look at it, what I try to do is I try to bring the person in and I try to explain to them the reasoning behind that situation and scenario. Now, you take me. I started riding a motorcycle. Basically, I started riding in motocross and things like that when I was about 12 years old, man. So you talking about 1978. So that's when I found the love of riding a motorcycle. And my first motorcycle was 1985. I've been on a bike or whatever it is for over 35 plus years. I've been on every fucking continent except China and Russia. I've ridden in overseas. I've ridden in Alaska. I've ridden in Hawaii. I've had opportunity to do those things from California all the way East Coast, West Coast, Midwest. I done rode fucking everywhere. So I've had an opportunity to talk to people, and even in the way that I am, my demeanor, I'm a person that will parlay before I have to deal with that. I'm like your grandma. Grandma's gonna tell you something first, and when you don't do it, she's gonna knock the hell out of you. So I'm gonna address it and talk to you about it until it gets to the point where I don't need to talk to you no more about it. And we gotta, do whatever we gotta do.
But at that point, hold on, real quick. At that point, does it become a man on man? Because see, a lot of people try to make it a motorcycle thing.
No,
but it's not a motorcycle thing. It's a man on man thing.
Yeah, that's just not how. I mean, if a dominant reaches out to you and addresses some things to you, and you basically tell them to fuck off, I hate to say it, but more than likely the rings is coming off and stuff's coming out, and we just got to take it. Me and you, we're gonna have this conversation and we're gonna get some respect. A lot of those factors that people don't understand, man, that's old school factors that people don't do nowadays. They don't do that. And so when you're looking at it and you look at the dress, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to talk to them. But I'm a person that already understand how to negotiate. I'm a person that already understand. I've sat down with some of the biggest players in the 1% world. I done sat down with some of the biggest gangsters in the fucking gang world. So I've kind of had the experience to be able to sit down and be able to calmly be able to function and be able to communicate and talk. Where other people, man, as soon as you say something, all of a sudden, bam, all of a sudden they fly off the handle. And that's where I'm going to address this. And we'll address that. I'm not going to get too much into that, but that's where when I address this and I talk about this is you have this vetting that happens where you have individuals that come into the dominance, into the 1% world, and they understand that these are the rules and regulations. I'm assuming this power. I'm going to say it like that. It's not power, but I'm going to use that analogy. But I'm assuming this leadership role and this leadership thing. And under this leadership thing, I have to understand that I can't operate the same way I operated in the 99% world. I can't operate that way. What you do on the 1% side in your fucking city in Jacksonville, Florida, could get somebody fucking killed in California or wherever, vice versa. That's how it is. See, 99s, you don't deal with that. You don't understand that. That's the element and that's the process that we deal with when we talk about that. And so when you address that, you have to have that calming factor, and you've got to be able to have that demeanor to be able to talk to people on a level so that they don't freak out and they don't, like, all of a sudden it becomes a tussle of who's going to be whose. Because 9 times out of 10, whether you disrespect a person or what, he's either going to step away from it or you guys going to have to get an understanding. But regardless of what it is, and so you understand that, the second that it gets to the point where you disrespected that dominant or you disrespected that man, you can't fuck with them no more. You can't even be a part of the set no more, because everything you do and all the shit that you try to do, that shit's going to get shut down. Because now all of a sudden you went from a point of trying to be a part of this area, which you should have respect for the person that is the leader of that area. And that's, come on, man. You got clubs 69, 70s and stuff like they've been around. Somebody addressed it. Well, you got a 99% that's been there since 43. I mean, that's fine. If the 99% wants to step up, hey, that's on you, man. Step up. But when the wolves come calling, don't call the police. When the wolves come calling, don't go.
Let me address this one too. Let me address this, not to cut you off. Derek Brown. So if the person is hard-headed, does the altercation end up 1-on-1 or 5-on-1? Let me say this, Derek. Me and my brother's gonna kick your ass. Me and my sister's gonna kick your ass. If you want to fight me and they around, we gonna kick your ass. It's just that's it. There is no, I mean, and again, this is elementary 101, and I'm using my family. I'm just saying, hell, if me and my mama's around, me and my mama gonna kick your ass or get our ass kicked. Whatever it is. But the thing about the motorcycle community is this, is that it is a we thing, not a me thing. And that's what me and Guns are saying. That's what me and Guns are saying right now. It is a we thing, not a me thing. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's 2 wheels instead of 1. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, and with that, hear what I'm telling you. And with that comes the we responsibilities. You feel what I'm saying? With that comes the we rules and regulations. With that comes the we. It ain't the you, or the me. That's what gets you fucked up.
You need to put that shit on a shirt. Because that's the truest words you can speak, man. That's the truest words you can say. When it comes down to it, and this is where people get it fucked up, is they get to the point where they think about an individual. And this is all, I used to say this all the times. This isn't even, I'm going to say it, in the motorcycle clubs, you have individuals and then you have clubs. You have people that have individual goals and they have individual basically processes that they're trying to achieve. Individuals. And those are the ones that are diseased to your fucking club. Take that on the outside. Now you have these clubs that just want to be about us or about me. And it's not about the community. And that's what I try to explain all the time. And I say this, I've said it on here 4 or 5 times. Community, community, community. You're part of something bigger than what you're understanding. And the second that you do some dumb shit in your community, you fuck up, man. I mean, you fuck up, you know, and that's just kind of how it is. I mean, that's how it is. You know, I mean, that's the process of it is. It depends on the clubs and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, man, in my nation, man, the biggest aspect of former nation, how it was, is if you had an issue with a man on the 1% side, you guys went somewhere and took care of business and got respect for each other. It didn't turn into club shit.
Hey, man, that shit is out the window. Ain't nobody doing no more head up phase and no one-on-one shit, man. Motherfuckers ain't taking losses no more. I ain't taking no losses. Fuck your head up phase. Yeah. It is what it is, but I'm just saying, my thing of it is this, and I'm gonna say this. When you get to that point to where this is where we at, where violence is the only resource, it's fucked up.
It's all fucked up.
And it ain't. What I'm saying is, don't blame it on the motorcycle. Now, let me come back here. We do got the bullies on the set. We do got the assholes on the set. Ain't no need to, get into that shit. We do got them. Trust and believe that. But as a man, understand this. I don't give a fuck who you is or who you is or what you wear on your back. And I'm saying no disrespect to nobody, because the reason why the colors on the back is so that I can see the man first. You understand me? Or the woman first. So when we get to that level to where I recognize you a goofy motherfucker, I'm out.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm done. Now, if you chase me to my car and you berate me or you come after me, now this ain't got shit to do with no motorcycle and shit. This is man on man type shit, and we're gonna handle it however the fuck I decide to handle it. And I'm too old to be boxing around this motherfucker, just hands down. I'm just saying, a lot of times y'all blame it on the set, you blame it on some motorcycle shit, and it ain't no motorcycle shit. It's some you crossed the line on some manhood shit, and you didn't want to be humble enough as a man to say, hey, bro, listen, I did that. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Trust me, I'm sorry. Is there any way I can make it right? Blah, 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 blah. What it is you fuck up and then you stand your ground. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. So now you leave that person no choice but not to give a fuck either. And now here we go with 2 not giving a fuck motherfuckers, fucking up everything else for the people that do give a fuck.
Well, but the problem that comes down to it is, again, you're not just equating yourself. You're bringing your club into it, and you're bringing in that process. So now, people are not looking at that. Now, if you got a bully on the set, you got people that are just running around acting stupid. Hey, sometimes you just got, look, hey, if I cut myself right now, I bleed. If you cut yourself right now, you bleed. Every fucking person in here right now, unless you fucking an X-Man, you cut your fucking self, you're gonna bleed. The whole thing that comes down to it is we all fucking human beings. And in being humans, we fragile. So life can end at any time. So people need to first understand that. And the bad part about it is there's individuals that have tried to be the big yard bully, and all of a sudden, they ain't here no more because they wasn't big enough. The aspect of it and what I'm trying to get people to understand is it should never, and you said it already, it should never get to that fucking point where you have issues and problems and shit like that are going on. Because how it should fall in and the way it should fall in the line is, hey man, look, this is the way we do it on the set, man. We have to, these are the reasons why, this is the process. But that's a part of a blessing. That's a part of being blessed in the set. That's a part of being sanctioned in the set. Those are the things that are missing in what's happening right now, because all of a sudden clubs are just popping up and they're not going to the dominance to get the understanding. And the reason why you go to your dominant, and the reason why we had this topic, is the first one is to get an education of the set so you understand how things work on the set. Because as a 99, you don't understand how things work on the set. You could do something that create or could create an avalanche effect of violence and fights and all other kind of shit for no fucking reason whatsoever, but the fact that you want to be a fucking asshole. So that's the reason why you go to the dominant, you look at him and say, man, look, here's the deal, man. This is what we is. This is what we're trying to do. This is how we are. This is what we're going to try to get together, blah, blah, blah. The dominant's going to say, this is the things you need to do. This is stuff. Get your stuff together. Come back to us, man. Present it, man. We good. Now,
let me say this too.
Good, but that's not how it is all the time, though.
And it's not. But let me say this too. I was speaking on the fact of when it comes to how it all works. That's what everybody wants. Well, how does it all work? Again, it starts with you finding an interest in motorcycling. You go from finding an interest in riding a motorcycle to finding an interest to want to be around other people that like riding a motorcycle, to find an interest in, you go from buying one, interested in having one, buying one, learning how to ride one, learning, want to be around people who got one, then want to be around people who love one, to the point to where you MCing. I said all that to say this. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, there should never be, because this is a rule that's put down from the very beginning. There should never be any incidences at anybody's event on some motorcycle shit. There shouldn't. Let me say that again.
Never.
There should never be any incident at anybody's motorcycle event. That right there within itself is against the rule. There are no enemies when we on the bike set. If I'm at Two Guns function and I don't give a fuck what me and you done got into prior to that, we may be bitter. At Two Guns function,
neutral
that is a safety zone for me. That's a safety zone for you.
Yeah, that's
period, point blank.
Yeah, that's neutral sites. And one of the things is, I want to touch on this, man, because we getting to that time. I want to touch on this, man. This is a great scene where just so you guys understand, if more motherfuckers just rode their bikes and didn't put MC on their back, we'd be at a whole better place. And that's because you have individuals that are coming into this and they want to be a part of that MC because, man, it's in the fucking spotlight. Fucking Sons of Anarchy, Biker Boy, all these fucking bullshit ass things that depict what fucking motorcycling is supposed to be about. Motorcycling is not about fucking wearing a vest. Motorcycling is about a love for the fucking road and getting on the fucking road and getting out there and doing your fucking things. And then, like you said, finding like motherfuckers that want to do out there and get out there and do the same thing you doing. And the crazy thing about it is you can do that shit without a vest. You can do that shit without MC on your back. But the second that you put MC on your back, understand there's rules that come with wearing MC. And if you can't respect that, then how are they going to respect you? Because the aspect of it is MC means something. It means motorcycle club, but what it means is motorcycle community. It's us, not you. And so you have to understand that it's so important for you to get that knowledge and get that understanding and take the necessary steps. Now, there's going to be times when you have motherfuckers that just don't want to act right. And there's some areas where there are motherfuckers that just don't want to act right. And if that's the case, then you got to do what you got to do. You a fucking grown ass man. I've had people say, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to wear this. I'm going to wear that. Motherfucker want to do something. You're going to have to come get me. And the whole concept of that, I said to him, you look, man, here's how it comes down to. We all fucking grown ass men. When that time comes, man, just don't call the police. And he said, no, that never happened. That same club or same dude that, he was trying to get his shit started when all the shit went down or whatever it is, and his club is functioning right now. And what he told the dude is, look, man, you guys want to be fucking assholes. You want us to wear all these fucking support shit and all this shit. I'm not wearing that shit. If I'm going to be on the set, I'm going to come to your events. I'm going to break bread. We're going to do the same things that you're doing. And so respect that. And that's all it took, man. And that's kind of got him over the hump. But sometimes you got to earn that respect. And sometimes you just got to kind of deal with that, man.
Let me answer this question. My girl Jennifer West says, my question is, why when you go to the dominant and ask for education, and they look at you like you are crazy, but they want you to follow the rules? Let me say that. Let me answer.
Yeah.
Jennifer, if you just now tuning in, Jennifer, the dominants are tired, Jennifer. They tired. The OMCs are tired. They've been trying to help. They've been trying to push education. They've been trying to get you to understand it for the longest. And not to mention, Jennifer, they don't even know you. So you got to first come around and establish yourself as a reputable person. Let people fill you out. See, that's what I'm saying. There's a courting process. There's first off, when you start dating, you get out there. Okay, I'm a date. So you put yourself on Tinder. You understand me? You put yourself on Tinder. You fill out the little profile questions, and then you put it out there. Yeah, or back page, and let people scroll through. Oh, Jennifer. Oh, okay. Well, she likes the sports. She likes football. Okay, and they keep going. That's the first. Then, you out there. You out there in the public, and you at the club. It is a phase. A lot of people, and we spoke on this earlier in the program. A lot of people want a motorcycle right now, but you haven't even put no work in to establishing who you are. So now, when you come to that dominant and say, hey, OG, talk to me. First off, that ain't even how you come to an OG. You come to an OG with respect. Well, I'm gonna tell you what I do, and I'm gonna give you this. And I'm gonna tell you what works for me. This has never failed me, hands down. I promise you not. This has never failed me. I walk in, hey, OG, how you doing? I'm Big Sale, man. What you drinking? I'm drinking. Okay, well, let me get you one, OG, so we can chop it up. Busy? You got something to do? Oh, well, young man. Okay, all right, no problem. Hey, I'm gonna still go buy him a drink, even if he don't want to talk. Period. Yeah. Hands down. But 9 times out of 10, we're gonna chop it up.
Yeah, he gonna remember you if he ain't got no time. He gonna remember you because that's that. And that you look. I told people, man. I've said it on the page several times. What I did as a youngster is I would go and I would wash bikes. I would go and wash cars. I would just ask people questions just to get knowledge and get information. But I gave them something, and I would say, look, I'll take care of this. They try to give me money. I'm like, nah, man, I don't need no money. I just give me some knowledge, man. Tell me about this. I mean, from pimps, players. I mean, I used to just ask people just general questions like, hey, man, I'm gonna wash your car. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna wash your car, man. Just give me some knowledge, man, while I'm doing it. And that's really kind of what it is. But I want you to understand, Jennifer, there are dominants out there that are giving information out, and there are dominants that actually they've got events where they put on events and they have people come in and have a conversation with them or whatever it is, and they can ask questions. A lot of the stuff that, and I'm actually looking at it right now, and I want to do something locally to be able to have a Q&As and stuff like that. So when you hear about the Q&As and things like that, those are great times to go and ask questions. But like Sale's saying, man, somebody put on here, man, I don't even know who it is because it's somebody from the page itself. But I'm going to say it just on what he said. If you spend enough time in on your set, you don't have to ask questions because all those answers is going to be fucking right there. And that education you're going to get that education because you're going to be a part of that process. And if you're not getting the education that you need, then that's the time to say, hey, let me get you a drink, man. I just got a question for you, man. Are we good with that? Yeah. Because sometimes you don't know what they're doing, because I want you guys to understand, when you come up to a dominant 1% and he's sitting at a bar or he's sitting somewhere chilling out, well, see, that's the first thing is that don't never happen no more because the motherfucking clubhouse is a strip club now. But the whole thing that comes down to it is when you come up and have a conversation, you ask them a question, or you ask them about something, that process or whatever it is, and it's just not specifically the same as it used to be. And that's the biggest issue is those questions and those things like that. They went from small sections and small people and small things to all of a sudden these big venues where motherfuckers is doing things, but you don't know what he's talking about. You don't know what's going on. And the first thing that I'm gonna look at you, if you come up to me and I don't know you, who are you, the feds? I mean, because I'm gonna look at you like that because I don't know who you are,
I agree. Like I said, I agree. Because like I said, there's so much bullshit and other shit that's going on that it's hard to pull it all apart. But let me say this, okay, to everybody. One monkey don't stop no show. If I run the guns and guns ain't speaking tonight, you don't know what's on his mind. You don't know what he's going through. You don't know, he might just be there just to handle whatever. So, okay, hey, no problem, OG. What you drinking? That's your drink. Boom, I'm going to go to somebody else. But the problem is you're going out on the set expecting the set to love, like, and cherish you when you need to be on the set trying to cherish the situation. So, again, you don't come to the set because the set owe you. You come to the set and you pay the set. You pay the set with respect. You pay the set with wanting to know the information, with seeking the knowledge. That's how you pay back the set. You give to the set. You don't take from the set. And the more you give, it's going to automatically come back. Hands down.
Yeah, Jennifer Jennifer hit something up real quick. I just want to touch on that, but she hit something up. So you understand how the set works is you may have set things that you guys did for a long time or you guys addressed or whatever it is, and then some wrinkle may come up and you may have to adapt. In a lot of cases, you try not to adapt and you try not to do that, but ultimately that's what it is. I'm going to say this, man, and I'm going to put this out there so you guys understand this. The shit we talking about right now, 99.9% of the fucking 1%ers on the white side, they don't even fuck with y'all like that, man.
Period.
they don't fuck with y'all like that. This whole thing about dominance, doing stuff like that, is all on the urban side. You have one, maybe two clubs on the white side that actually regulate, or they try to regulate their areas. They don't have to regulate their areas because their areas are already specifically regulated and they don't have those issues anymore because they did the footwork a long time ago. And the set takes care of all that bullshit. And so here's the process is if you go to a club, and this is your issue, this is the issue, I'm gonna lay it out. If you have a pop-up club that pops up and all of a sudden they just on the set and you're like, who the fuck is y'all? Oh, well, we hear the blah, blah, this and that is that, and the dominant don't know them. But you go and you fucking support them, and you go put money in their coffers, and you go to their events, and you go to their fucking Frisk fries, and you go to all the rest of that bullshit. All you're doing is fucking it up for everybody else. Because now all of a sudden, that club thinks, oh, I'm just gonna exist. And so what you have to do in those processes is when you have a motherfucker just pop up on a set, here's how it is. You used to earn your shit to be on the fucking set. When you put MC on your back, that meant that you was on the set, you was respected, you was blessed. That meant something. It fucking meant something. Now, motherfuckers running around with three-piece patches, fucking MC on their back, ain't got not a fucking clue. And that's the issues and problems that's going on, is the set is not regulating the outside process. So what's the dominant supposed to do? Again, why am I going to go to fucking jail for 10 years for some bullshit ass club that's going to fucking pop off the set in 2 seconds? That's not how it works.
And let me say this, and this is piggyback because I was going to say this too. What Guns just said. Let me tell y'all this. Me personally, I don't give a fuck how many clubs on the set, because I'm only going to fuck with those that's motorcycle, hands down. And like he just said, when they pop up, they pop up and pop off. But they going to stay popping as long as you stay over there fucking with them. Yep. If you don't fuck with them and they understand that they did it wrong because you did it wrong, because you didn't follow the rules and because you didn't do this, hey, bro, do your thing. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And you ain't got to worry about them. I hear that argument all the time. It's too many clubs on the set. No, it ain't. Goddamn, it's 90 million people. It's too many people in my goddamn neighborhood. Fuck the set. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, understand this. If you don't support them, if you don't let them, hey, bro, no disrespect, but at this, y'all not allowed in my event. Okay, bro.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and I promise you, they will either conform, go away, or find out how to join your shit.
Yeah, man, it's not a question, man. They had one that popped up in North Carolina. The motherfuckers just came out of nowhere. They know who the fuck they was, and all of a sudden we had an event. I don't know how the fuck they heard about it, but these motherfuckers just showed up. They haven't parlayed, they hadn't called. We don't know who the fuck these dudes is, and they just show up at the fucking clubhouse. One, you better not never do that with the Mongols. That shit ain't gonna work because you're gonna get fucked up. But they came to the clubhouse, and I'm like, who the fuck is y'all, man? Oh, well, we this and that, blah, 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 blah. Where the fuck, where'd y'all come from? Oh, yeah, we're a new club, and you're a new club? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. And I looked at straight up, I said, hey, man, check this out, man. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck away from this gate. And they just kind of stepped back and was like, oh, and that's all it took was one word. Next thing you know, there was like 5 people behind me, and it was like, we're asking you to leave politely. If you guys don't leave, then you will be escorted from the premises. And they was already out in the parking lot, but they was gonna be escorted into the street.
Hey, what we say? You can either leave by the window or the stairs, motherfucker.
No, not the stairs again.
Hey, man.
The window, or you can take the stairs.
Or you can take the stairs.
Here's the process of it is what we established in that area in North Carolina was we weren't gonna just let new pop-up clubs pop up and then just come to our events. But here's the crazy thing about it was I went to an event. I didn't know who the fuck they was. It was a female club. All of a sudden they popped up. Well, guess what? Man, there was so much pussy sniffing. It was fucking ridiculous, man. And that's the problem that you have is you have clubs that'll just pop up. No offense to the ladies. I just want to just say that. But you have clubs that'll pop up. And when the female clubs pop up, all of a sudden there's no regulation in these female clubs. And that is definitely a problem because there aren't really a lot of things that are going out there. But the funny thing about it, and here's the crazy thing about it, 9 times out of 10, the females are actually coming for the blessings. I'm like, how the fuck?
Well, because you gotta understand this. You gotta understand this. A female don't want her makeup fucked up, her wig snatched, her nails broke, and all the female want to do is
coming.
But I'm saying, and I'm gonna say this to everybody. I saw a post on Facebook today where the guy was saying that all of the pussy on the set is used pussy or whatever. I'm gonna tell you like this. All the used pussy in the world, females, whatever you got, bring it. When I'm around, bring it, goddammit. I love seeing the women. I love being at parties. I love being at situations where there are women. I don't want to be around a bunch of you hard, I don't want to do it. So I don't have no problem with the females on the set. But like what Guns is saying is that, again, there's a way to do everything, hands down. There's a way to do everything. There's a way to present yourself. There's a way to get the knowledge. Like I like my man Keith W right here say, you don't always have to go to the OMC for knowledge.
Big time.
You can go. Yes, you can go to Be Blessed, but you can go to older MC for knowledge. But see, that's what I'm saying. You're taking the time to make the relationships.
Absolutely.
Period. Because those relationships are what bring you in to the family, to the community. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, when you make those, what Keith is saying, when you make those relationships with the older MC gonna say, hey, go over here to so and so and tell them I sent you. Go over here to, I'm just gonna use the name. Go over to Outcast and tell them OG so and so sent you over there and ask for Charlie. That's my boy. You understand? Because they know
they've already got those relationships.
That's what I'm saying. They've already got them. So any all of the older clubs that's been, they're gonna direct you. But the problem is, you think you too fly to sit down with an old cat. You think you too fly to be, to hang around and buy beer and buy drinks for the OGs. And that's your problem because you're not taking the time to invest into the community to get out of it what you need. And again, I'm going to say this. If you don't give a fuck about the community, all you want to do is be fly whenever you want to be fly on the bike set, then goddamn it, say that and be that. Boom.
Yeah. I mean, hey, to touch on that last point, man, old pussy to you is new pussy to me. I'm just saying, what it is. But one of the things, I mean, like to touch on what you're trying to say, man, and so y'all understand is, 54 years old, man, 30-something years on these bikes, man. And when I go to a party, motherfuckers like, oh, man, I'm going to holler at these hoes, blah, 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 blah. I said, holler at hoes. I said, look, man, y'all catch me in the corner, man, because I'm going looking for the OG because I just want to get that information from him because I want to be able to say or be able to talk to that person, man, and break bread because that person may not be here next week. That person may not be here next month. You miss that opportunity. You miss that opportunity, man, and there's nothing that a person that's been on the set for 3 years can tell a person that's been on the set for 30 years, 35 years, 40 years. There ain't nothing that person can tell him that person ain't already done. It's like trying to talk to your, being a 12-year-old trying to tell your mama you know everything. You're just like, really, motherfucker? I mean, and that's kind of how it is when you look at it. But I mean, man, you hit it 100 on the head, man. I mean, it's just 9 times out of 10, man, networking, talking to people. Oh yeah, man, hey, go talk to this person, go talk to that person, because that OG, he knows the firecracker. He knows the dude that's going to talk to people. He knows the guy that's the enforcer. He knows the dude that, probably is going to be the net cracker or the person that's going to be the dude that's out of control. He going to direct you and guide you to that person that you're going to be able to get the knowledge from and get the understanding from. But again, what it comes down to is it's a simple process. If you've been on the set and if you do one thing, if you ride your fucking motorcycle,
What is that?
And you actually go to events and you go out of town and you go to these different places and break bread with them, they're gonna get to know you. Hey, yo, I know you. I had a 1% club come up to me and was like, yo, we see you fucking everywhere. And this was when I was an independent. They like, we see you fucking everywhere, man. Hey, come here, man. Let's talk about this, blah, 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 blah. And that's how it is, because they get a chance to see you on the set. They get a chance to look at your face. And if you don't think they don't know you, they know you. Jennifer West, if you don't think they know you, they know you. They know you. I'm sure that they know you on the set. Everybody, I mean, that's how it is. But you have to be out there on the set. You got to be out there doing things. If you riding locally, then you're missing the whole aspect of things that you could be doing riding out of state. You find out there's an event out of state. You know what, man? I'm gonna take this week and I'm just gonna go to South Carolina. You live in North Carolina, I'm gonna go to South Carolina. I'm gonna go down to Florida, whatever it is. That shit is easy, man. That shit is real easy. I jump on a bike and go to fucking Florida like it's nothing. Man, one weekend I was like, man, fuck it, I'm going to Alabama. I just got bored. I said, I'm just gonna ride over to Alabama, see what's up or whatever it is. Went over there, broke bread with a cat, rolled back. I mean, and that's just simple processes, but people see you on the road. Like I ran into 3 or 4 motherfuckers, and hey, man, my man K Solo, that motherfucker know more motherfuckers than motherfuckers know motherfuckers. I mean,
that part.
And that just because he's been out there, he's been going out there on the roads, he's been able to actually, see a lot of people, meet a lot of people. He's been able to actually sit around, go to bars, break bread with motherfuckers that been in the game 50 years. And that's what it's all about, man. And it ain't about sitting in your clubhouse, man, looking cute, or sitting at your clubhouse trying to make money, or sitting at your club. Man, this was a reason, man. We ride fucking motorcycles.
and again, like I said, the other thing too, and I can say this for K Solo because I know him. I've never known K Solo coming to the set expecting anything.
No.
Everything that he got, he made his way, he earned it. He did just like me. I never come to the set expecting nothing. Period. When I come to your anniversary, if you let Big Cell in free, fine. If you don't, I have no issues with that. That's your prerogative. Who the fuck Big Cell? Welcome. You understand what I'm saying? My thing is this, ladies and gentlemen, is that one of the biggest things you ask, why do 1%ers act like that? They tired. I'm tired. Shit, Two Guns is tired. Every Wednesday we come on here and we take our time out of our day to spread this knowledge and to try to answer the questions and try to be there for you. But yet it's still, for those that listen and take it and appreciate it, we appreciate you. But when you done growed up in this thing and you don't watch things happen, you 40 years invested, 50 years invested. And you don't watch the world change right in front of your eyes, 4 or 5 decades. And then here it is, you watch this youngster come into what you created, what you built, what you stood for. And he don't even give a damn about what it is. Homie, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I want to touch on something before we get up out of here, man, but I want you guys to understand something. So from me, I have never been a fan of these platforms. Never in my life have I been a fan of these platforms. And the reason why I've never been a fan of these platforms is because I felt it took away from what we're talking about. And that's people actually getting on their motorcycles, because now it's a push the button and I can sit here and listen to Two Guns. I can listen to Big Cell. I can read all the comments. But that's what we've gotten to, man. That's where we're at now. And I know a lot of the OGs. I talked to one of the OGs and he was like, man, I seen some of your stuff on your page, man. I love what you're doing. I just don't agree with it. I don't think we should be passing that knowledge. They should be coming to us. But that's not happening out there. That's not what's going on. What's going on is people are basically hiding in the woods doing what the fuck they want to do, and they ain't getting no knowledge. They ain't getting no information. So this platform, what I would tell everybody that's out there listening to this right now, man, tell your motherfucking friends. Tell them we here, man, and here is a platform that you can actually ask the questions. You can scroll down the thing and look at all the responses. You can look at what other people are asking, the questions that other people are asking. So those are questions that you can take back to your club, or you can take back to your dominance and saying, hey, this was something, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. I would ask that question. You don't have to say, oh, yeah, Two Guns and Big Cell said this the other night. What you do is hey, let me ask you this question, man. What do you think about pop-up clubs? Should we allow them to just come to events and stuff like that? So you can make it out like, yo, we asking this question. This is some knowledge that we gain, and they'll give you some knowledge. They'll say, as long as you support them pop-up clubs or whatever it is, and they under the radar, then we're gonna continue to have those issues and they'll continue to have those problems. So don't support them. Or they'll tell you, hey man, let the motherfuckers go. We ain't fucking with them, fucking whatever it is, and they can come in and party as long as they spending money. that's depending on your area, depends on how people take it serious. But the whole aspect of it is these type of platforms now in 2020 are so vital because it's being lost from what used to be happening in 1970s and 1980s.
And understand this. Hands motherfucking down, I'd rather be riding my motorcycle.
Oh.
Period. Fuck y'all. I'm telling you right now, I don't do this shit for my knowledge. I do this shit for y'all. It did sell good. I'm good in the hood, as they say. I can go, me and two guns, we can go, I don't give a fuck how dark it is, how dingy it is. I can walk right up in that motherfucker and I'm gonna be good. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't do this shit for me or Guns don't do it for him. We do it because, again, I wish I had a big sale when I was interested in learning about the motorcycle set. I wish I had a Two Guns that I could have reached out to. You understand what I'm saying? Because it would have made
I had to go find the motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying. But it would have made my life. It would have made my MC ship. It would have made my MCing, and it would have made my life so much better because now I understand. I'll be able to understand the record. Okay, that's what Two Guns was talking about. Okay, or that's what Big Sale was talking about. Okay, I didn't have that. So my goal was to use this platform as a ministry to save the set, to bring the set back, and to at least let you know, hey, before you came, this is how they was doing it. And it worked. It worked for decades. And it still can work because of the rules and why the rules were made up. And again, to fall in love with the shit. What you got?
Hey, put up Keith W's he got one that's on there. Yeah. So you guys, man, read this, man. That's some real deep shit right there. And I'm gonna say it like this: there are separations between what happens on either side, and really, to be honest, there's a lot of individualities or individual processes or concepts that happen on the urban side. Man, I ain't doing it fucking that way. I'm gonna do it this way. And so it's not a process that all the clubs are getting together and saying, look, man, this is what we've done. Now I'm gonna say I have seen it to where there are some on the urban side. I recently saw a podcast with it. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to get together and they want to establish a specific regulations and rules in their areas so that people understand what's going on. Now, I understand that process, and that is a great process in terms of trying to get away from, oh, man, I'm going to just fucking do it. Because I'll give you an example. California, man, we ride 100 spokes. You go to fucking Texas, motherfuckers ride slabs. I mean, they ride them fucking big ass fucking things look like chariots. And
fuck around, stand next to one if you want. Hey, fuck around, have him walk. If he in the lane close to the curb and you walking on the curb, he gonna trip your ass.
And the crazy thing about it is, we look at things differently, but that's exactly how it is. There's too much that's individual, and people are coming up with their own processes and concept of it, whereas it should be specific, man. This is how we do things on the set. This is how we address things, and this is how it is. And when you have those deviations or those individual, I'm going to throw my little wrinkle in it. Well, those wrinkles, man, are what creates waves. And the smallest pebble thrown in the water, depending on how small that fucking, how small it is, that ripple turns into something that could, potentially it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you don't want to throw a fucking big ass rock or small rock in a tiny pond. You want to, have a big enough fucking ocean that you can throw a fucking rock in and you don't ripple nothing. And so that's the process of it. Is there's too much of that kind of, well, I'm gonna do my own thing, or I'm gonna do this, or we're gonna run it this way, or we're gonna run it that way, this way. And then you have these conflicts, and the problems that happen is all of a sudden they're doing it like this in Atlanta. I ain't using Atlanta as Atlanta, but we're doing it this way in North Carolina. There's a club that's in North Carolina, and there's a club that's in Atlanta. We're doing shit different in different states. That's fucked up. Shit should be done specifically how it is. But you try to put that, and you try to say something to one of the dominants about that, man, fuck that. We ain't doing that. We gonna do it the way we want to do it, and fuck y'all. And that's the biggest issue, is too many egos, and they're thinking about me, not I. Or
hey, y'all just heard what Two Guns said, man. And he said that again. It is what it is because you're doing whatever it is that you want to do according to how you want to do it, and that is a problem. That's what got the whole set in a disarray right now, hands down. But all I'm gonna say is this, man. We done talked about this shit. The key factor to it all is to take the time to put in the work, to put in the grind, to become effective in the motorcycle community. And the only way you're going to become effective is to get the knowledge, make the relationships first, get the knowledge, and to exact it, and to and to demand it from everybody else around you. See, that's the thing. In most clubs, you got one person that care about the rules and other motherfuckers don't. And that's a problem.
Or you got one motherfucker with knowledge. You got one motherfucker with knowledge.
Person, like,
nobody else knows.
And everybody else know. And fuck that shit. We ain't got to know that shit. Yes, you do. And you should want to know it. But it is what it is. Like I said, we ain't going to step on no toes. All I'm going to say is this, man.
I step on toes. You got motherfuckers that don't know their own fucking bylaws. And how the fuck they going to fucking learn to set if they don't know their own fucking bylaws? They don't even know their own with shit to go on in their own fucking club. How you going to fucking know anything about the fucking set if you don't know shit in your own club? So, I mean, that's just real 100%, man. You know, I ain't never going to not keep it 100%, but that's where it needs to start at. But shit, starting it, man, is the biggest process. But, you know, again, man, that's, you know, we got that. That's just one of the many fucking problems that we have.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, take this time. I hope this podcast was enlightening to you. Please support the platform, support the channel. $, FHOHNIC via Cash App or fasthardiesonly@gmail.com via PayPal. If you guys like this platform that you see, this shit costs. You understand me? Being able to have my man side by side with me, being able to get all the post the comments and everything else, man. It is what it is. I'm doing my best to make sure that I show you guys the respect that you deserve by making sure that I have the best equipment, that I give you the best possible, everything that I can do. So again, I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight from all platforms. Tonight we podcasted live from my YouTube channel, from MC 101, and from Fast Hardies Only Facebook channel. So again, let me give myself a round of applause.
Man, this platform is killing, man. It's a great platform, man. Y'all, take care of it, man. Make sure we're still doing this.
Yeah, and it is what it is. Two Guns, as always, it's my pleasure, brother. I love you. I appreciate you. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time, man.
Hey, y'all be safe out there.
Whatever you're doing, man, do it because that's what you want to do, man. Do it from the heart. With this motorcycle thing, man, make your relationships. Take the time. Make your relationships. Greet the OGs. Respect the OMCs. Understand the 1%ers. And do what you do. It's simple. But we got to save this set, man. If we don't save it, we're going to lose it. Every day they're trying to take it from us. Every day they're trying to take this little bit and that little bit and that little bit. And in a minute, it's going to be damn near impossible just to ride a motorcycle. So I love you guys as always, man. In closing, ride your own ride. Stay in your own lane. Mind your business. Have enough love built up for me that when I need something, you got something to spare. And 2019, we're going to ride for love, love to ride. To the entire FHOMA family, I love you guys. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for standing behind me. And thank you for riding your motorcycle. This weekend is going to be some good weather. If you get out, be safe, man. Do what you do. Have a ball. Be safe. Make relationships. Meet new people. Quit hanging with I ain't going to say quit hanging, but when you get to the destination, you already know the motherfuckers you roll with. Go meet some motherfuckers. Go meet them.
For
you
real.
Understand me? Go meet them. Shout out to my man, Lil Dead. I appreciate that donation, brother. As always, I love you guys. Two Guns, man. It was a hell of a night tonight. I like this topic, man. I think we did. I think this was awesome. I hope you guys like the platform. So
I want to give a shout out to my man down there in Jacksonville, man, and AD Cats and Raleigh, man. Y'all reach out, man. Shit, we can always get a beer or whatever it is, man. Sit down and do this, man. So one love, y'all.
There it is, there, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I love you guys. Enjoy your night, man. Let's go.